If you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
Don't this hit make my people wanna jump? Don't this hit make my people wanna jump? Don't this hit make my people wanna jump?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live. Why did you keep the mousetrap?
Life could be worse.
This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just keep going daddy.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Magic mirror on the wall. The fairest one of all.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
If you haven't subscribed to Lorena yet and you're watching this,
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, of course, bringing you that spice as always when it comes to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and of course, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. And welcome to the Spice Lounge. This is where myself and some of my friends, we just get together and we just give you guys the lowdown on what's popping and what's happening in the world of pop culture, given our unfiltered opinion, and even more importantly, interacting with you guys there in the chat. Because while I could be up here talking to my friends, it's not the same without you guys in the chat, because you guys in the chat are my co-hosts for this show. Great, I just noticed I got a piece of cilantro on my teeth and my Invisalign. Anyway, that better not have been the cat. All right. We have so much to talk about on the show today with our hot topics. And of course, we're talking about, hey, Disney's just getting hit in the face with L's, aren't they? First, you got the Minecraft movie blowing up like crazy. You know, it's like Godzilla using, that the nuclear breath, the atomic breath. That's pretty much what Minecraft did, not only to the box office, but to Snow White as well. And let's not forget, Gina Carano's legal team also dealt Disney a lovely L at the same time. And of course, we've got a couple of hot topics to go through to kind of just keep you up to date and let you know what's happening. So I see over 50 of you guys are starting to filter in. Thank you so very much. I might be a little strange looking around like this because I have 3 displays now, and I'm getting used to having 3 displays. So my one screen that was here that I read off was over here, and it's all over the place. So anyway, first of all, let's bring on one of my amazing streaming friends. She's hanging out in people's streams like I used to do before I got peer pressured into doing a channel. And that would be Erica from Hanging with Erica and Ross. How are you, my dear?
I am good. Getting some spring cleaning done, getting rid of the weeds, trying to let the grass grow, dodging the bees while doing that. I'm considering a beekeeper suit just so I can do yard work. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
that time of
bees
year.
are nuts. Yeah, that time of year when you get the stuff cleaned out. And yeah, I got to do that with my patio. I don't want to because I don't want to know how many dead lizards there
Oh,
are on my porch
I got
stuff somewhere.
we got a new cover for Raph's grill. We got a cheap new grill a few weeks ago, and I got a cover for it because I told him I do not want to see the bees nest in this grill like the last 2 grills you've had. I'm like,
No,
no.
do not
That's
want it.
terrifying.
Do not
And they're
want
those
it.
yellow jacket like bees. They're not like the little honeybees. Like those guys are mean. And then we get the little honeybee ones, and then we get the fat bumblebees. Oh, yeah, it's Germany is ooh, they love their bees.
You guys have wasps?
Not really, which is weird. Not like Florida, but they do have these like Asian hornets that are huge and they're red.
Mm,
They're rare, but they are out here. I actually almost had a run-in with one at a friend's house about 10 minutes from here, and that was terrifying. I literally pushed her out of the way and like ran. I was like, I'm
yes.
sorry, but I am that girl. I will leave you behind when it comes to like any bug with a stinger on its rear end. I am beeline. I'm out. Like, and I will hang you to dry because that is how terrified I was. And this thing
I
was coming
know.
straight at me, and I was like,
And that's when I freak out. I'll just swat it all over
oh no.
because I don't want
Oh,
them near me. And then, of course, like the wasps like to set up shop for some reason in my garage every darn year. So I got to smoke them out first to get
in
rid.
your garage?
Yeah, because the wood paneling and everything that for some reason
Mhm.
they like that. Either wood panel or
They
wood
always
panel or
like
the
to
stucco up
nest
on the side of the house.
oh gosh, they always like to nest on the like in the gutters, like just under the gutters and build
Hmm.
their well, dad would go out there at dusk and spray that because they would
Yeah,
be in the nests.
you gotta go at night because during the day
They'll come after you like, "Woo!"
yes, they will come after you like fire ants will swarm if you kick over their nest. They're just
Yeah.
yeah, you don't do that. Mark Daly for $5. Thank you so very much, my dear. Let me hit you up. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat, my dear. You guys support, help keep this channel going, keep the lights on, pay StreamYard just to get everything set up and running. So thank you. It says Disney canceled the live action Tangled movie. No truth to the rumor Cynthia Erivo was cast to play the lead.
Is
Well,
that
yes,
sarcasm?
I think that's sarcasm. I think it
Okay,
is.
I'm like, I don't remember there being a Tangled
Yeah.
movie on the list.
I, it's sarcasm because, as you well know, Disney has been on that race swapping train for a long time. And with Snow White, the wheels have come off the bus and it's just skidding down, yeah, down the street. So yeah, Snow White effectively canceled the live action Tangled movie. And I hope it stays canceled, especially considering they ripped off the story to put in a live action Snow White.
Yeah, they did. They put Flynn in the wrong movie.
Like, no, we used them already. We used them. Cynthia
Cheater. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Cynthia Erivo, oh Lord, she's getting as overexposed as Pedro Pascal. I mean, she's not my thing. She's not my thing. And I'm tired of every time I see her, she has to start talking about the Skittles Nation. That's code. And why they aren't in every single freaking thing. It's just like, lady, shut up. Please. Please. Well, let's see. 82 of you folks in here so far. Let me run through and say hi real quick. Let's see how fast I can do this before we pop off with the hot topic. So much going on. We got DJ Knight in the chat. Hello. We have got Snorted Poopus, one of my amazing mods, a polar bear from Pinellas County. Pinellas got the trifecta on Sundays. Welcome to Florida show. Like literally 3 stories, Pinellas County.
This past show or coming up this Sunday?
This past Sunday.
Okay, I missed it because I had to get Christian to work in the morning.
Yeah, it's this past Sunday. So if you are a channel member, that stream becomes members only after 48 hours. So if you're not a member, you probably want to be before tomorrow at noon. Check out all the crazies. Let's see. Of course, Mark Daly is here. Of course, Chef Nation is here. Both of you guys are channel members. And speaking of channel members, tomorrow, I think it's 8 o'clock. I think I said 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. Eastern. You guys are going to get to watch me play Marvel Rivals. Chef Nation says she's going to help me out. Y'all going to have to help me out. Apparently, I can't get Emma Frost until the 11th, so I'll probably play a Squirrel Girl or something like that in Marvel Rivals. So you do not want to miss that. We got Thanatos Felicitas in here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Of course, we have got Juliet in the chat with those 2 amazing, gorgeous grandchildren. They're so precious looking today. Hi, Snorty. We got Tom F, of course, another one of my amazing mods. And we have got Chirantos in the chat who says, like a G6 baby. Playa, swinging at your knees. You know what? I wonder if I still have that clip. No, but I got this one.
Here's a key grip. Hit that director in the face. Really fucking hard. Oh, ow.
That's my favorite. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that whole scene with Tom Cruise as Les Grossman semi-dancing to apple bottom jeans. Boots with the fur. Oh my gosh. By Nelly, that was hilarious. Hey, Linda F, good seeing you. Good to see you here, my dear. Of course, Erica is here as well. Let's see. We've got CJ, my thumbnail guy, in the chat. It snowed in Montreal today. Man, I hate snow.
Yes, ma'am.
Hopefully it will melt. Hopefully it will melt soon. And as always, I'm seeing the snowbirds with the Quebec license plates around. They have not. They are not leaving the friggin' state. They are so not leaving. They're back. Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we're down here until at least June. and then we'll leave. Hey, Rollo Adams, definitely not Dylan Soup says, hey, Lorena. Hey, Erica, sup, chat, sup, good to see ya. And, of course, we have Amanda Pizzolatto here as well. So I am ready for some spice tonight. Well, we have got plenty of it. Plenty of it going around tonight.
Got my popcorn ready.
Oh, my goodness. That is so cool.
I always bring snacks.
Reina Creole, so we can use our Pastor Park for the preview. Yeah, do you know, literally, I got in line as soon as the soon as the show started. So I'm not in a hurry, but I will say that I had to blow my top at whatever offshore person who was not a TM taking calls and not knowing what was going on and couldn't corroborate something that was said on the website. And he's telling me I can't do it. Mm-mm. I said, fine, you wasted 3 hours of my time. I'm going to need to talk to Universal Corporate. Yet another case of you guys not making clear what's on the website, because I read it and it looked like, hey, if you're a pass holder and you already have Epic Universe tickets and you want to switch them to preview tickets, for earlier, to just call the pass holder line. Yeah, I called the pass holder line. Guess what? They didn't know what the heck I was talking about.
Oh, fail, Universal. Come on.
Big fail.
Gotta
And
get those lines of communication straight, especially with this new park opening. Oh my gosh. No one was in line earlier for because they're staying at one of the hotels. So they were trying to get in on the I guess you can get a preview ticket if you're staying at a hotel. That's the category. Him and his family fall under. Yeah.
But do you know who's the worst person to have call tech support and your tech support isn't working and your technology is effed up? Don't get an IT person on the phone.
Don't get Lorraine with the IT person on the phone.
I went from Southern Sweet till I am going to put my foot in your ass like I'm from Hialeah in 0.2 seconds. I was not kidding. So you can go on X and see my my strongly worded letter, like in White Chicks. No, I'm going to write a letter. So I wrote a letter. So okay, that's good to know that we can do that. We can do that at the park. And Chef Nation, hello. How you doing, my dear? You said Lorena looking like a gamer, head bopping side to side. Yes. I'm freaking loving this. I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait to game with this on. I love it. Love it. Y'all gonna see me see how I am when I'm gaming and I'm shooting stuff. I used to scare my mom to death playing Doom. She was just like, why do you play stuff like that? I'm like, oh no, it's fun. Hey, Josh Perry is here. And first of all, thank you, Chef Nation, for these 10 gifted Reina Creole memberships. Thank you so very much. I'll hit you up with this one.
And finally, I want to scream, and I'm like, why are they replacing every single character with someone who is diverse? But then Kitty's like, it's not our fault, it's because you can't see Kitty.
Love that South Park episode so friggin' much. Thank you for gifting us 10 the Reina Creole membership, Chef Nation. I so appreciate it so very, very, very much. Folks, if you got a membership from Chef Nation, please do drop her a note of thanks in the chat. It wasn't Cynthia Rivo, but definitely a Black girl. Yeah, I believe it.
To play Rapunzel?
Yes, to play Rapunzel.
Is that a meme going around, or is Disney, were they actually entertaining that idea?
Knowing Disney, they probably entertained the idea.
Go ahead, listen to your customers. I mean, why stop now? Why you're ahead?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it depends because it's like when you say Black, that's a spectrum. Like even if you see it in my family, like my youngest niece, she's extremely fair skinned. You would think that she was white, but she's not. Her sister, well, she's half and half. Her oldest sister, is a little bit darker and she has loose curly hair. So that's yeah. The joke was the joke in my family was we have too much, like the amount of European ancestry that we have in our family. It's like if we ever have kids with somebody who's white, guess what? The kids are not going to be dark at all.
Oh.
And they're not. They're just really, they're just not. And my youngest nephew, he has like dark brown hair, like medium brown roots, and he has like curly hair, but the edges of his hair, it's all blonde.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's all blonde. It's so darn funny. I love it. Mamasaurus Rex has put up a brown paper bag, so they think there's already a big wasp net in the garage. Really?
Does that work? And they won't nest if there's another nest there already? I didn't think they cared.
Well, wasps, if they think that there's a nest there of other wasps, they will not build a nest there. Or they'll destroy it. One of the two.
Oh, dang. There are those kind of a-holes. What?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Soon as you see wasps, it's like wait until the sun goes down. You have to destroy their asses. Hey, Starlita, good to see you here. Good to see you. We've got Goofar35 in the chat as well. HMPD agent Josh Perry. We're about to get started with all of this. Ew, squirrel. It depends on what she looks like. Because if she's a thick girl, I'll play a squirrel girl. I already saw what Black Widow looked like. So maybe I'll play a Black Widow. We'll see. We'll see. You guys will get to see exactly how I pick my characters when I play games. It's gonna be fun. Let's see. I think I see everybody. Wait. Where's Deborah? Deborah Rife Rada. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You can keep that snow. I don't want snow. I know you do. Quebec drivers in Florida, new meaning to the word pardon my French. Well, speaking of, he's not French, but I'm glad he's here, and he also knows what's up with the Quebec drivers in Florida. Ron from Follow the Bradley Spun, how are you doing, my dear? You muted.
Are you muted? I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're still muted. I can't hear you. Are you muted in StreamYard? And check the settings in StreamYard. StreamYard's been messing with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been happening for weeks. It comes in like waves.
Yeah, they have zero incentive to fix it. Okay, I think he's gonna drop out and come back in. Come back in. Let's see. Yeah. Quebec drivers in Florida, yeah, they drive on the shouldered road. So between between the Quebecers who would drive on the shoulder of the road and folks who drive like they're still living on the Isla, every day here is either like Mario Kart or GTA.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
I don't miss that.
Hey, Ron.
Bonjour.
You are audible.
Comment allez-vous? Está bien? On est très à travers. Oh, wait, no, I'm not French.
No,
I'm not
hablas
French.
francés.
Yeah, I'm not even German. No, I'm sorry. I'm late. I had to popped in the line to get something, and it happened just before the show started, and I was trying to send you a message about it, Lorena.
Yeah,
and,
I totally missed it, and I just lost my place in line. So I have a half of mine to just go to Universal tomorrow.
Well, anyway, I got him. I got my ticket. It's hopefully it's going to be epic. 17th, Tom.
It will.
17th. I hope so. I hope so.
I really wanted to take my family, and they don't. I'm the only one that has a pass, and they will not. Like, you have to buy it just for you. I guess if you have other pass holders on your account, you're probably okay.
Then you can.
But
Yeah, that's what I do.
I'm like, they will not let anybody who's not a pass holder in. So, but we'll, that's just a week from Thursday. So, but I wanted to get it in and get it out of the way, and we'll see how it goes. Where you at?
I'm gonna try again. I had to restart because I timed out because the stream started. So anyway.
Well, now see, when that happened to me earlier, like I went in and out of the thing all day long, but I kept the same page on my browser on my phone, and it did weird things. Like, so I went to see Minecraft, and after Minecraft, I brought it back up, and then it said your place in line has moved to 6:30 a.m. the next day, and then it went to like 5:45 a.m. And I'm like, this is really weird. And then I get home and I put it back up, and then it said, now you're at like the little.
That's what mine
did. Halfway through, and so it was weird.
Yeah, so I'm like,
imagine that, but for your vehicle registration renewal, fine.
Oh God, that's what that's like.
That's what I have to deal with. Yeah, it's a virtual queue, and there's usually about 1,600 people in front of you.
Oh my gosh,
it's pretty easy here in Florida.
And you wait weeks. You literally wait weeks, and by the time you get the text message that you're up, to come in, you usually miss.
Okay, Tom F is saying in the chat that he's going on the 28th, and I have seen him in the video footage. I swear, Tom, I have seen you in the video footage at Epic with the little dragon. He's gonna laugh at this when he's like, it's the guy that's doing the, like, I don't know what character it is, but with the little dragon, not the one you pet, but the little one that's running around. It looks like Tom.
Dart.
The
Viking.
Yeah, it looks like Tom.
I agree.
Come on, Tom F.
I agree.
Says, my beard is not that long. We have it. You've got a little makeup. I saw it from a distance and I have bad eyes.
Amanda,
you gotta go dress as a Viking, Tom.
Yes, you do. You
fit right in, man.
Amanda, just go on YouTube and Google "In Living Color" and Rapunzel.
Oh.
And then come back and let me know what you saw.
Is that going to be like? Is that like
this? I must have forgotten that one or missed it back.
Disney's live action Bambi starring The Rock. Have you seen that one?
No.
Did I? No.
It's an SNL skit. It's hilarious. It's like,
oh my gosh,
Disney's bringing Bambi to live action, and this time no one's gonna get in the way. And it's like Bambi starring The Rock as Bambi.
Hey, kiss my grits. How you doing, my dear? Says Lorena. I just watched an old clip of ABC's Once Upon a Time, and the actress who plays Ursula is your doppelganger, especially when she's in character. It's uncanny, huh?
Oh, you poor unfortunate soul. I had heard that there was an Indian actress in consideration for Rapunzel in the live action, and it could have been a joke. I glanced over it, but what they were saying is that they were going to like reset it in like an Indian subculture, fantasy subculture thing, because they actually do like a lantern ceremony where they have the like something like that, and it was probably all fake. I'll be honest, it was probably all fake. But there's the problem is there's so much of that going around now. There's like people are making like the SNL thing with The Rock playing Bambi. So many people are making fun of the live action castings that sometimes you can't tell if they're actually just making fun of a live action casting and they're doing it out of fun, or if they're like trying to be serious or trying to make it look like it is real. Or I mean, it's because honestly, that you wouldn't put it past Disney, this like live action Bambi, but it's starring a Dalmatian dog and it's like a trained, like I wouldn't put anything past Disney these days. It's crazy.
I hear you. Well, folks, I see so many of you folks in here, so let me get to rolling. I have to show this. I have to freaking show this. This is at Epic Universe. Dude. He's got the dance down. I love it. Hopefully Nintendo did not claim me. But yeah, that's Toad. They've got Donkey Kong, I believe, is going to be out there for meet and greets. I am hoping they should have Princess Peach as well. It's going to be out there along with Mario and Luigi. And man, I am so looking forward to it.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what Pro said today on his show about what Jay told him, which is that like Isle of Berk, the How to Train Your Dragon Land by itself is the size of Hollywood Studios. Because if that is true, I like this, the scope, the size of this park must be freaking immense, which is, it's hard to tell from, having gotten the overview of it. I was at Stella Nova the other day and on the 7th floor and looking over it. And from that vantage point, it's hard to tell because of sizes of things. You look from one side to the other, it looks big, but it's hard. I can't tell how close I am exactly to the park and all of that stuff. So since I can see the whole thing, it doesn't necessarily particularly look all that big to me. But then again, it could be the same as looking at all of Epcot from the highest vantage point in the Boardwalk Hotel, right? So it's just hard to tell. And so I think that's the thing that I'm the most interested in, is finding out just how big it is. Because if it's that,
I was gonna say it is massive, and here's the reason why I know that. When I first moved here, and they're saying, "Oh, they're doing construction for Epic Universe," I'm like, "Where? I don't see anything." And then when I finally saw where it was, because I was driving on Sand Lake towards the back, but I actually did like a drive around of how immense it was, like from Sand Lake to like John Young to like Destination Parkway, down that way, down Sand Lake, doing literally a whole drive around.
Huge.
It is absolutely huge. So I am not surprised about how big Isle of Berk is. And that section over there where Isle of Berk is, there's that big, huge, I think that's a natural lake that's over there. So there is so much space from all the videos that I've seen about Epic Universe. It's going to be amazing.
Do you think that whatever it's called there, Stark Industries, but not Stark Industry, what's there, whatever's there, do you think they'll move that, like they
Lockheed Martin?
Lockheed, yes, thank you, sorry. Do you think that they will move and sell that land to Universal?
They might. I know they've got an option on it. The reason why is that Lockheed Martin has a much larger plant and campus near the main campus of UCF in North Orlando. So I would not be surprised if they up and sold that land. It's just it will be a process, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lockheed Martin is gone in like 10 years, because it's so far away from the other campus. So it's get rid of that.
I mean, I don't know how you. I'm just trying to think of how you get back in. Can you only get to Helios? Can you get to Helios from the Sand Lake side? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
I'm
trying to wrap my head around all this. Like, get to the super chat.
Yeah, they'll let you know. Well, Liberty Hall's cat, thank you so much, my dear, for that super chat. Here, let's hit you.
Check, please.
Check, please. Well, thank you so much, Liberty Hall's cat, for that $1.99. I love that cat you have in your avatar. You guys are amazing. Thank you so very much for your support of the channel that way. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw that. I was hoping they were gonna do it, and they flipping did it. I cannot wait to see that. Well, let's see. Let's go on to our next hot topic. If you thought he was gonna announce that he was finishing Winds of Winter, guess again. Coming from TMZ, Game of Thrones creator, dire wolves howl back to life, and it is no fantasy. So that is George R. Martin holding a let's see,
wolf.
Supposedly a dire wolf, but I'll call it a designer dire wolf, and I'll explain that in a little bit. The Game of Thrones creator George R. Martin scored some serious prehistoric cred, becoming one of the first people to meet some newly resurrected dire wolves in real life. Yep, the very same ones that made an appearance on his show. So Ben Lamb, co-founder of and CEO of Dallas-based Colossal Biosciences, flew George out in February to meet pups named Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. And a source tells TMZ that George broke down in happy tears when he came face to face with the dire wolf pups, which were brought to life using ancient DNA. Now, if this movie sounds familiar, yes, we have seen this movie before, especially related to Jurassic Park. And here's the reason why. The ancient DNA that they extracted, it's missing sequences to truly create, or we'll say to truly resurrect a dire wolf. So how they did it, remember how in Jurassic Park, when they said they had the sequences for the raptors and the other dinosaurs and everything, but there were parts that were missing. So they used frog DNA to fill in the gaps. In this case, they used gray wolf DNA to fill in the gaps.
I don't know anything about wolves, but okay.
That's probably a better idea than using frog DNA to fill in the gaps with it.
Yeah, that was their postulated explanation. Michael Crichton wrote that book, so it's probably a lot closer to reality than they let on. But yes, they are using yeah, exactly. Life finds a way. Yep, they are. It's cool seeing them. You know, it's cool seeing them, but we'll see what happens when they get older.
Then it'll be like the wolves from Twilight.
Yeah. When there's a
then they'll run with that.
Oh yes. Thank you, Juliet. And actually, Kiss My Grits had sent me the article that Universal UK just got the okay to start work with creating
that's great. The company's becoming Universal.
That is absolutely insane. It's, oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Universal is going nuts with what they're doing and expanding. They're expanding the way that Michael Eisner used to expand Disney. Y'all remember that?
Eisner-Wells era, the Eisner-Wells era. It's still unfortunate. You know,
George,
the trajectory of Disney would have changed so much if Wells would not have ended up in that crash. You think about like just like the same thing with Walt. What if Walt had not been a smoker? What, how would things have ended up?
That's true.
He would have lived a lot longer. He would have had 20 more years in him.
Yeah, at least. And
yeah.
Or even if they would have caught the cancer like a year earlier, but I don't know what the technology was and what they could have done at that point in time. But man, it's I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew nearly as much about lung cancer then
No.
as they do now.
And plus, then, there were cigarette commercials. Cigarettes
There were
were
the Flintstones, man.
part of everything. The Flintstones. It was, that was the style.
Hey,
That
hey,
was what it
Barney.
is.
In
Yeah.
the 50s, they were marketing cigarettes to actually improve your health.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
doctors were recommending the smoking, the menthols. And wasn't it Lucy and Desi Arnaz had commercials? Didn't they kind of endorse?
They're it's funny because when you go all the way back, like you go back to the 1980s movies, right before there was actually a big shift happening in the 1990s, right? So up until the 1980s, literally everybody smoked in movies. I mean, that's the one thing that I wish could change about the original Superman movie is that Lois Lane's a freaking chain smoker.
She is. And you know what? That is mostly a US thing. And if you see like some of the independent productions, they'll have people smoking. But Indian movies, everybody's smoking in that. K-dramas, people smoking that. So, yep.
We smoke a lot here in Germany too. But
Oh
I don't
my
know about their
gosh.
entertainment because I don't watch their entertainment. But I know smoking is a big thing out here with the Germans.
Smoking was so bad when I visited Germany. I was in a hotel that people smoked everywhere. I had to stay in my room with the air conditioning. I could not
Oh, you found a hotel
stay.
room with air conditioning?
Yeah, I know. Shocked me,
Is it
right?
real?
Well,
Was
let's
it
put
real
it
air
this
conditioning, or
way.
did you have to keep the card in a little slot just to get the barely cold AC to turn on and stay on?
You know what?
You guys are both turning me off of ever going to Germany.
Literally, this was in the winter. I kid you not, in the winter. It was bad if I had air conditioning on in the winter, just so I
didn't have
could
a
breathe
window?
in the room. Yeah.
Oh, no, I gotcha. Yeah, you could open the window. No, I get it. I got you now.
Yeah, so I had to do that because it's like, oh my gosh, it's like insane how much y'all smoke down here. Next one, The Hollywood Reporter. Robert Pattinson eyed for villain role in Dune Messiah. The actor would join Timothée Chalamet in Denis Villeneuve's third and final Dune film. I don't know. I'm glad he's getting work, but frankly, Dune 2 turned me off so much. I'm not really interested in seeing Dune Messiah. What do you guys think of this news?
I
I've never seen
haven't
the
watched
Dune
Dune
movies.
2. I watched Dune 1, and it's so I don't know about Dune 2. Dune 1 just seems like the story is really, really drawn out. Like it's just so many things take so much more time in a Dune movie than what they need to. It just the pacing to me is super slow. So I never watched Dune 2 because I just don't have the interest. I've heard that there was a lot of influence on George Lucas when he did Star Wars from Dune, and maybe it was the novel then, not the book or whatever, but to create Tatooine, like Tatooine and spice and all that comes from Dune. But the actual Dune movie, I didn't watch the one back in the 1980s or 90s or whatever that was either.
Watch that one.
Was it better?
Watch that one.
This got David Bowie, right?
No, Sting, I think.
Sting. Well,
Sting is Sting as Fade Rotha, and the soundtrack by Toto.
I was, however, impressed. I will say this. I was impressed that Stellan Skarsgård was able to eat that much to get in that kind of a shape, where they didn't have to CGI him at all. He just looks like that. I'm kidding, by the way.
Now, Amanda, with Lord of the Rings, with the way the storytelling was, because Tolkien, of course, he's a master storyteller. It always kept you like hooked. And here's the thing about perception and the passage of time. If people are not conscious of the passage of time, they will stay engaged if there's enough to keep them, engaged. So yeah, that was But what else was I going to say? Total brain fart from there. Yes, watch David Lynch's Dune. Trust me,
I
it's
didn't realize Dune movies go all the way back to the 80s. Yeah, I'm definitely living under a rock.
That was the first one. And the Dune books, because actually when I saw the David Lynch movie, I'm like, I need to go back and read the books. So I read 3 of them: Dune, Dune Messiah, and Children of Dune. I read those 3, and they were awesome, awesome books. So good for Robert Pattinson. But sorry, go ahead,
So you're not, because you read the books and the Messiah one. You're not convinced this movie will do all that great, or that it'll be good.
That's a very good point.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm going off of what you say.
The first one was okay for me. It like Drum was saying, it's super drawn out because Denis Villeneuve is going more for like this visual feel. I will say that is the best use of CGI that I've ever seen. CGI is good when you can't tell what is real and what's fake. When you just really cannot tell. I mean, dude even got like the spice down to what it looks like, in the sand. The costuming was amazing. So visually it looks great. But man, I had to fight trying to not go to sleep. And yes, they screwed up Johnny in there too. They did. Yeah, the Sci-Fi Channel did a miniseries too, which I haven't watched yet. Probably because I'm too much I would say I'm too much of a David Lynch purist, honestly.
Dune,
I just am.
Dune doesn't belong to Disney, does it?
No.
Oh, well, then how are they using that IP
I think
in
they
their...
were Legendary. I think Dune was Legendary.
Yeah, but I heard that they were destroying Rivers of America to put in a Dune buggy track.
Too funny.
People are going to get confused. I hope that the Disney stock falls down so much that there's just no way in heck that they can do Rivers of America. Because don't destroy Rivers. It would be funny if a financial downfall actually saved Disney, and it might.
Exactly. Thank you, CJ. I thought it was Legendary. Yeah, we're going to talk about another film by Legendary. I have to say that production house, they've been doing pretty
Don't they do
well.
Superman stuff too? Or they have some in the past?
I don't know if they're doing Superman. I know they did the King Kong movies.
Yeah, they do it in conjunction with other release,
like with Godzilla versus Kong. They did that in conjunction with Toho because Toho owns Godzilla, so they kind of lent it to Legendary. So speaking of legendary things, man, this is probably going to be the most legendary lawsuit I have ever seen in my lifetime. And of course, that would be the lawsuit that Gina Carano has against Disney. Now, folks, if you haven't been paying attention, not too long ago on X, Gina Carano was like, Disney is stonewalling my legal team because during discovery, when there's a request for information, you're supposed to provide it in a timely manner. Well, Disney's been dragging their feet. The typical Disney thing. They want to drag it out. Nothing is an emergency unless they need it. Other than that, they'll just make you wait. So Gina's just like, look, you need to give us this particular information so that my team can make a determination for how much in damages to ask for. So what she did, or what her legal team did, was file this, I think, motion to compel. And Disney tried to say, no, take our time. No, they did a motion to compel. I think she wanted it in 5 days, but the judge gave Disney 20 days. So what it is, and this is one of her attorneys, paid for by Elon. Thank you, Space Daddy. Disney must produce verified spreadsheets showing actor pay across multiple shows, key evidence that will help show the financial harm that Disney imposed on Gina when it unfairly and unlawfully terminated her. So in other words, how much Pedro Pascal was getting, how much Rosario Dawson was getting, how much Carl Weathers was getting, probably Tamura Morrison as well, because he was in Book of Boba Fett, and he was also in The Mandalorian. So in order
Amandla Stenberg.
Oh yeah, yeah, Amanda Stenberg too, as well, because what her team is trying to do is determine how much she would have been paid had she not been terminated. Well, let's say her contract terminated. So they need to figure that out. And they can't do it if they don't have the correct information, but they want verified spreadsheets. That's important. Verified that the information has to be true and correct, not some BS number. They're gonna, they're gonna throw at them. And let's see. While the court's order did not give Gina access to everything she was looking for, it made clear we can seek further evidence on actor compensation if our expert concludes such evidence is still necessary after we review what Disney produces in response to this order. They're probably keeping it down to need to know. The court also required Disney to move quickly, giving them only 20 days to comply with the order. The order shows the court won't let Disney bury relevant information in this high-stakes battle by playing procedural games. Disney does not want discovery to happen, but they're forced to because Gina wants a jury trial. So
I still haven't seen any evidence yet that Disney's even offered her any type of potential settlement. And I'm guessing that they haven't. But, I was talking about this with Erica this morning, and here is the issue with that. Gina was supposed to star in Rangers of the Republic, so she would have had her own show. So she would have gotten paid for however long her role existed in the Mandalorian franchise. Also, if she was supposed to be in any of Book of Boba Fett, I don't know if she was. She might not have been supposed to. But definitely first of all, season 3 of The Mandalorian was so crap compared to seasons 1 and 2. Like night and day, right? And a lot of that had to do with Gina and some of the other things that happened. But also, Rangers of the New Republic would have likely happened. She might have even been in the Mandalorian Grogu movie if that was going to happen. But also, her entire career, like how much did it affect potential things that she would have been in? And I'm going to compare this, for an example, to Rachel Zegler. In this sense, Rachel Zegler was nobody when she was cast in West Side Story. That was a cattle call that she got very, very fortunate in, was picked up, and then Steven Spielberg loved her talent so much that he's like throwing her places like, hey, you need to go do Snow White. And then she got an agent. Oh, now she's in West Side Story and Snow White. Spielberg loves her. Oh my gosh. And so she gets in all of these things and gets all kinds of clout in Hollywood before her talent is really known or before anybody knows how she's going to respond to in the public eye, right? Like nobody knew what they were doing. They were literally poisoning all of these projects, and they didn't know that they were poisoning projects. But the same thing could have happened with Gina Carano. She could have been like, okay, maybe she's going to go out to all these different places. That's a lot of work and a lot of money on the table. And going into the future, of course, potentially millions and millions and millions of dollars more than just her time on Mandalorian. So that was kind of my whole point with that. What Disney should have to pay her, if, in my estimation, because I don't think that she's going to get her job back, which is something that she had, like, indicated that she would love to go back to work for Disney and all this stuff. Maybe that was to save face or whatever, but I don't think that can happen. But I would love to see her get awarded like $200 or $300 million for the damages, punitive damages, things that go into the future.
And that's the thing. That's why she wants a jury trial. She's pressing to have a jury trial to not settle, because that's what Disney will try to do, settle, and we just say we can't give the details of the settlement, but we came to a resolution. No.
Do you think they're hoping that she'll drop or want to have the case dismissed before they attempt to settle? Because I feel like Disney would settle if they're really getting desperate and they want out of this whole thing.
They
if they're really see that all this is going to go to Discovery, and if when all this goes to Discovery, it's going to be a seriously bad PR for the company. It's going to be viral. It's going to explode everywhere. Even the left-wing media won't be able to defend them. It's going to be that bad.
Yeah, it's going to be
Disney.
Yeah, it's going to be really horrible for Disney, because it's going to uncover all the dirt of what they've been doing. Now, Disney can say, hey, we want to settle. Gina's team can say, which I believe they are going to say, no, we're not settling. We're getting a jury trial, because Disney needs to be taught a lesson that they can't just do this to people, just do this to just anyone, and the stuff that they continue to get away with. So I'm hoping, like she said, she's adamant about having a jury trial. She has a jury trial. Even if they pick a jury, Disney can still say, hey, we want to settle. Here's the terms of our settlement. Gina could say, no, I'm not going to settle. The stuff's going to trial. And the punitive damages is what's really going to do this. So I cannot
expect her to say no at every turn. If they try, I expect her to say no at every turn in their offerings of let's settle. But have they even presented a settlement at all?
Oh, hell no.
Or is that something we wouldn't know?
Oh, hell no. No. They're
just trying to drag it out in the hopes that she'll just get tired and bored and just want to drop the whole thing. So that's the first strategy. Second strategy, phase 2 would be, okay, we're getting too close to comfort here. Now let's talk settlement. And even then, Gina will most likely say, yeah, no, not happening. Then they're really going to go in panic mode.
I mean, clearly they've forgotten about it, having dropped her from a whole ESPN special about the subject. But, oh yeah, Gina is an MMA fighter. She is a fighter, Disney, and she will not stop the fight until she wins or gets destroyed, one or the other. That's how a fighter thinks. You're either going to win the battle or you're going to be completely taken out. You're not giving up until the last breath is breathed, right? So she's in this for the long haul. I don't think Disney typically goes up against a personality like this. Disney has this belief that money will buy anything, and it's kind of a disgusting belief. It's probably true 99% of the time, and she is that 1% that it ain't gonna happen.
Plus, with Gina, one of the things that has truly really pushed the proceedings going forward is the fact that she's got several of Elon Musk's lawyers. So you've got Musk, who definitely has more money than Disney. And then you have Disney, who is used to kind of dragging stuff out. Because for regular run-of-the-mill folks, they'll just drag things out until the other person runs out of money. That's their usual MO to do. But they can't do that in this particular case, because Elon's like, yeah, here, keep going, write another check. So she can push this forward. And I think she said on X that if it wasn't for Elon's lawyers, she couldn't have really pushed this as far as she has, because Elon just basically put on Twitter, well, X, hey, has anybody been unfairly gagged on this app, on this app or whatever. And, Gina answered. She said she didn't think anything would come of it, but sure enough, she got a call from one of Elon's lawyers. And do you all remember what Elon said about Bob Iger?
Oh gosh, who could forget? That went yeah.
Elon did not take kindly to this. And so I will say, as amazing as Gina is, in a way, it's about her, but not about her, because Elon wants to freaking bury Bob Iger. So
I had still always wondered kind of why Roseanne Barr didn't jump into the fray. I don't know what she ended up doing about her situation with Disney, but she was, and this was a while back, but she was the first one that I noticed. And the fact that she tweeted something that was not necessarily appropriate, I can understand at the time, being under ABC, there probably should have been something done to her. But the problem with Disney is that they overreact too quick, or at least used to. They always overreacted way too quick. And with Roseanne Barr, that's what happened. They're like, oh, she's immediately fired the next day. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's from her own freaking show, from a show named Roseanne. And I would have said, look, work with her and say, look, if she issues an appropriate public apology, she's really sorry for it, maybe suspend her from the show. You could easily write her out into a hospital stay or whatever for a season or for weeks at a time or whatever. But still, to completely fire her and get rid of her like that, it shows to me that Disney is a heartless company. And that's where I have taken issue with them. They fired James Gunn. They of course they brought him back, but when it came to all these situations, up to basically all the way up to Gina filing this lawsuit, when it came to situations like this, Disney was heartless to their own people, to their own employees, and then, of course, Gina did this, and then they had a situation on their hands with Rachel Zegler where they're like, oh, crap, now our hands are tied because now we actually have somebody that we truly need to replace. And because of this lawsuit going on, we probably can't do that right now because it will look bad, and they don't know how to handle the situation anymore because they're just under – this is all under Bob Iger's leadership. It's just been so bad. There's so many things about what he's done in leadership since he's been the CEO of the company that we would have had really no idea about, maybe even before social media and all that stuff. But so much has come to light. The parks are horrible these days compared to what they should be. The precedent that was set, the current slate of movies, I think we're finally maybe hopefully starting to get out of the for lack of a better term, wokeness stuff, but really it wasn't. It was more about radical politics being injected into movies, and hopefully we're getting out of that. Lilo and Stitch looks promising, for example, but it's just so like this is exemplary. This situation with Gina Carano is exemplary of Bob Iger's poor leadership and bringing on people into the company that are just as bad. And that's what we don't have great Imagineers anymore. We don't have great creatives anymore. I don't think there's a person at the company left who could hand draw an animation cell to save their life, which would be awesome. I mean, imagine Disney being a company that went back to hand drawn animation. What a concept that would be. It's just so much that this one little situation says about the whole umbrella that is Walt Disney today, the Disney company.
What I would add to this also, to remember that Kathleen Kennedy was technically her boss, who basically got her fired. Her contract ended. Guess what? They didn't bring her back, and that wasn't what's supposed to happen. So yes, that was a firing. Now, the truth about Hollywood is a freaking meat grinder. And you have a lot of these production houses out there that if they want to get rid of somebody, they will get rid of somebody. What makes this so egregious with Gina is that Disney did not have the guts to put together a proper official statement. If you guys remember, Gina found out that she was fired the same time we found out that she was fired, and some social
Oh, I
media
didn't know that.
intern dropped it on the internet. Literally, I think, was it the
Oh,
Hollywood
I didn't know
Reporter?
that.
I think it was the
I don't know
Hollywood
why.
Reporter
Wow.
reported it first, that they had found out that Gina was fired, and they had some quote that was in the Hollywood Reporter about it.
You think about that. Put yourself in her place at that moment in her life. She is literally riding high on a wave of, wow, how great is my life? I've just done Deadpool, I had a major role in that film, and now I've got The Mandalorian in a major role, and I've been working with Jon Favreau closely and developing Cara Dune further as a character for Rangers of the New Republic. I mean, she is at the top of her game and her life and excited and just kind of living and going along, and then she picks up her phone or social media, and then like her phone's starting to blow up with, "Hey Gina, what's going on?" And she's like, "I haven't been fired. What are you talking about?" And then all of a sudden she like sees it and she's like, "What the actual F is happening?" I mean, I've been in situations like that, and it doesn't matter how much money is involved. It's an emotional thing. Your heart drops, your spirit sinks. It is emotional devastation on a level that should not happen to anybody, and especially in a situation when she didn't do a damn thing wrong. That's the biggest problem. She did nothing wrong.
She did, the one thing she did wrong was she went against the acceptable political position to have when it comes to Disney. And and just to refresh folks' memories, because I like to keep these things together, because I remember when this dropped. From the Hollywood Reporter, Heat Vision, February 10th, 2021, The Mandalorian star Gina Carano fired amid social media commentary. Gina Carano will not be returning to The Mandalorian or the Star Wars galaxy after sharing a post on social media implying that a Republican today is like being Jewish during the Holocaust. No, it wasn't. The Hollywood Reporter, you're disingenuous as hell. That is not what it was. But hey,
it's not what
this is an industry drag. This is an industry rag. Definitely loyal to Bob Iger. So of course they're going to paint it this way. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement, not from Disney, from Lucasfilm, and there's no official statement that is out there, and this dropped on a Friday night. Why would you drop news on a Friday night? Any
no, it doesn't get covered.
Yeah, so they thought it would get buried. Yeah. Any news they don't want people to pay attention to, they'll drop it like on a Saturday evening. But in the age of social media, there is no such thing as a weekend. So this blew up. So to further what they said, nevertheless, her social media posts degenerating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Again, this was also BS. This person was not named. This was not what happened at all. Gina basically put up a post that said, in so many words, and I'm paraphrasing, that you have to be careful about villainizing people, demonizing people, because we start to lose trust in each other. And when trust is lost, you get what happened. You get what happened during the Holocaust. She didn't even mention that. The Holocaust, was it the ADL? One of them, I think from the Holocaust Museum, they said Gina did nothing. She said nothing wrong whatsoever, but that wasn't enough. They'd been gunning for her for I don't know how long. And so Gina found out that she was fired when this article dropped. Again, on a Friday on a Friday night. And she found out the same time that we found out. And yes, it all started because of Beep Bop Boop. Oh, and speaking of that, because with what's his name? Pedro Pascal. Do you remember what he dropped on Instagram and tried to erase?
Recently or back then?
Back then.
Because he dropped some stuff recently that's pretty bad too. But yes, back then it was the whole kids in cages type of thing, which was, by the way, started by the Obama administration, but it's neither here nor there. Not with what he dropped, because it also referenced, let's just say, 1930s Germany situation.
Yeah, exactly. Pedro Pascal made similar posts and nothing happened to him. And that was the problem, because he put this meme up and he dropped it on X. It basically said, losers in 1850 had the Confederate flag. Losers in 1945, they had the Nazi flag. Losers, think like losers in 2020, and it had a MAGA hat. So he basically insulted.
I was just going to say his posts were worse because he went into more details about his political views, and Gina was very vague and generalized.
Well, and also she
wasn't trying to be that specific.
I think she was reposting from somebody else too. It wasn't it wasn't her own thing. She was just saying kind of, I agree with this thought.
That was pretty much it. It didn't call anybody specifically out, but it was just like, we have to be careful and be open to listening to people and not start losing trust with our neighbors. But Pedro Pascal just flat out came out, insulted so many freaking people, and it was so much worse. So much worse. Yeah, he compared Republicans to Nazis. It's like, yeah, guess what? You know what? There's some Republicans who aren't white. Who,
Rachel Zegler, who did the same thing recently.
Exactly. The same.
And nothing's happened to her.
Thing. Same freaking thing. But Disney said nothing about that. And Carl Weathers, I love him to death. Not on the level of Pedro Pascal. I mean, he's entitled to what he wants to think, but he was kind of off the reservation too, a little bit, when he was talking about the election, but nowhere near Pedro Pascal. But Pedro Pascal is allowed to continue to be employed by Lucasfilm, but y'all got rid of Gina
and Marvel and Disney. And
it's like free speech was extended to him and Rachel Zegler, but not Gina.
No, because they have the right politics, and that is at the crux of Gina's lawsuit with Disney. Carl Weathers was our ally, though he supported Gina. Yeah, I'm not saying that he was not our in that. No. I'm just saying it's kind of interesting that some of his posts were, and again, not near what Pedro was doing, but they were pretty politically spicy, because I responded a couple times and kept an eye on him, but he wasn't insulting with it the way that Pedro Pascal was.
Yeah, and by the way, the one thing that has bothered me about all of this is Gina Carano is a perfect example of somebody who's not a far right leaning Republican by any means. And she certainly wasn't. She had even talked about the fact that, pretty much up until this point in her life, she'd always voted Democrat, decided with, just Democrats, generally speaking. And the problem with the far, far, far leftists is that's not what they want to call themselves. They don't want to be honest about what they are. They believe that they are center. Like, they literally believe everybody should believe that, like, we're the heart and soul of everything. We're the center. Anything that's different from us is all the way far right, and all of a sudden gets pushed that way. So when she was on set, I would imagine her first couple of years and everything, she's friends with all these people. She's agreeing. She's getting along. Everything's good. The thing that started to turn her off was that and I'm sure this probably had something to do with her being an MMA women's fighter, is if she's in women's MMA, the last thing she's going to want is for a guy to, who believes that he's a woman, to be able to fight in the same a fight with a woman and knock the crud out of her or whatever. I mean, it's not fair. And so that's probably the perspective in which she was coming from. And at that time, when she posted Beat Bop Books, she's like, these, the whole pronoun thing was very, very silly to her. And so, and they were trying to force her to put her pronouns in her bio at that point in time. And she's like, okay, beep, bop, boop, which was, her joke was that it was, coming from a droid. That's what R2D2 would put in his, pronoun bio.
Yeah, CJ, that's true. She was just against compelled speech.
Exactly.
And what you had going on with Disney at that time, again, all this activist entertainment was going crazy. I don't like using the term woke because it's just been used to death and used wrongly to death. But she doesn't have the right quote unquote mindset. They tried to put her through a darn struggle session at Lucasfilm, and basically, again, Disney thinks that they can do no wrong, but this lawsuit, y'all gonna FAFO for real with this lawsuit, and I cannot wait. I hope there are cameras in that courtroom. That sucker's gonna blow up even bigger than Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Oh God.
Can't wait. I cannot flip and wait. Oh my gosh.
The surprise of the trial. So, Gina, tell us about that one time that you walked into the hotel facilities that Disney had gotten for you. Yes, Bob Iger had pooped on the bed, or Kathleen Kennedy had pooped on the bed. That would be hilarious. That would be a big surprise.
Bob's like, I want my 2 showers. I need my 2 showers. Yeah. Hey, Liberty Hall's Cats has got to bail. Enjoy the time. Catch y'all later. Well, thank you for being here, my dear. And thank you for over 150 people watching between YouTube and X and over, of course, on Ron's channel on YouTube. So please do make sure you hit that like button on the stream. Heart it over there on X. Surely do appreciate it. Well, on to our next topic. Box office. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. A Minecraft movie strikes gold with record-shattering $163 million at launch. $331 million globally. Warner Brothers kid-friendly movie blew past all expectations to score the top start ever for a video game adaptation, with final numbers coming in more than 12 million ahead of Sunday's already historic estimates. I heard it has made even more money than Super Mario Brothers. Not Super Mario, the Super Mario movie. Crazy.
And it's opening weekend.
Yeah, Ron, because you saw the film.
I saw the film today. I would just like to point out that Disney's Snow White, in its entire theatrical run through yesterday, is at $169 million worldwide. So, in a single weekend, domestically only, Minecraft beat the pants off of all of Snow White's box office cumulative to date, which is crazy. And yes, I went to see this movie. I just got out of it a couple hours ago. Yeah, I mean, like not very long ago. Mm-hmm. And it was dumb fun, is what I would say. The fact that my 12-year-old loved it is really all that I cared about. Virginia liked it. It's fun. Jack Black to me is annoying as heck, but it's kind of funny. he's always like crazy about everything the whole time. Like he's just out there, right? But of course, your guy, the pink jacket, Lorena, Jason Momoa, your man. He did a great job in the movie, and technically there is an embedded message that if you are a creative dreamer type of person, stay that way. That's a good thing. Don't let your creativity die. So if, with all that crazy fluff and the stuff going around, I mean, there's kind of a little message in there, and there's nothing wrong. It's a very universal message, right? There's nothing like that message of being a creative person and staying creative. It has universal appeal across all gender types, across all sexuality types, across all races and cultures and everything. And that was one of the best elements of this movie. And and you saw there was a lot of bro love, a lot of straight bro love in there, but it was mixed with some really funny. Like, it was funny the way they did that. You know what scenes I'm talking about.
Full male alignment, man alignment. That's exactly. If you've ever seen the Saturday Night Live animated shorts, the ambiguously gay duo, I think that was on purpose.
But it's funny because in the end, I'm still pretty sure they're darn straight, because I know that there's a. What's the line from Jason Momoa? Your husband was crazy to dump you too.
Your husband was an idiot to divorce you.
That's it. It was so funny. Oh, my beautiful wife is in the house. Hey, baby.
Hey, but what I want to show you, and what I tell people about this film, because some people are like, well, it's garbage and our kids deserve, better things. Look, this is, as a parent, this is how you look at it. Is it safe for my kids to watch? Is it worth my money bringing all of these boogers to the movies? Because I can't just bring them to the movies. They're going to want stuff to eat. They're going to want merch. They want to go bathroom break, whatever. Do I want to put myself through that for a movie that's crap? If it's entertaining to the kids, guess what? They have something that keeps their attention while you can get a freaking nap. Okay, that's pretty much exactly what this movie is. It caters to its audience, which is what it's supposed to do with this, especially with Minecraft. My nephew watches Minecraft video gameplay on YouTube like all the freaking time, like all the time. He's just like, Auntie, are you gonna game like Preston? I'm like, who the heck is Preston? Apparently Preston plays Minecraft all the darn time. I'm like, oh, okay, really? Oh, CJ, I can sleep through that. I really can. Especially when I say I'm gonna take a nap. Don't freaking wake me up unless you're on fire.
Moms have that gift. We can tune you out easily.
Very much. You can be like, Mom, and they're calling you. What? No, I tuned that out. I didn't even hear it.
Well, I will say, my biggest surprise of the Minecraft movie is I had no idea that it was a musical.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
musical.
All of a sudden, several times throughout the movie, when Jack Black, specifically Jack Black, is breaking into song, I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Now, of course, it makes sense. Jack Black, I mean, he did School of Rock and all the other things, and he likes to sing when he gets the chance. But it was, that's true. And it's done for the laughs, and it's really funny. Of course, he probably was. Maybe he didn't even want to. And the Minecraft creatives were like, "Look, man, Peaches made Mario the movie that it is. You got to sing in this, Peaches."
That, oh my gosh, that one with Peaches, I lost my mind. Peter says Sonic 3 is a much better movie and was robbed of deserved profits. Sonic was a much better plot, Sonic 3, but it had two previous movies to build upon, and that audience is a little bit different, I would say. With Minecraft, this is like purely Gen Z, Gen Alpha. And, we're talking about kids who cannot even have the attention span of a goldfish. All right. The fact that this movie could keep their attention. Well, Kiss My Grits, we are actually going to talk about that because I knew exactly that this movie was going to make a ton of money for so many reasons. But just to show you, and you let me know, because watch this. This is pretty much the reaction that I had in my theater. Fair use, YouTube. I'm taking this off of Twitter.
Who are you? I am Steve.
Number one, lost their freaking minds when dude said, I am Steve.
Oh, these dudes? They're the villagers. They're total pacifists and eat buttloads of bread. They love crushing wallows.
That's the other one. Yep.
Most do. Boots of swiftness. Diamond armor. Full set. And this is a crab. Yeah!
Literally. This is what was happening in the theater. They'd say the lines, they knew the lines, and they just like all flipped out.
I'm assuming all that has got to be from the game, right? Like those are exact lines in the game. Okay.
Yes.
Because I don't play the game. I don't really get the whole Minecraft thing, but it's just it's great. Like people love the game, and this movie gave them exactly what they want from the game. That's exactly what you do. Now it can be done.
I would say Minecraft is Gen Z's Mario.
Yes.
Even though Mario is still relevant to them, it does follow generationally. But since Mario, now you've got also Minecraft. Has not replaced Mario, but is pretty much the equivalent. And now Gen Alpha is just as obsessed with Minecraft as Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will
And
sit there and watch like gaming streams of nothing but Minecraft. I'm just like, you want to watch this? He's like, yeah, it's really cool. You want to watch Minecraft? But that's part of it. That's their thing.
Some schools allow Minecraft.
There's an educational version of it.
So there's that part. There's that aspect of it too.
That's the only Minecraft. I think my son has played only that edition of Minecraft. It's because through his school you got that edition for free, and it's like the Minecraft Education Edition, and a lot of the same things are in it. And he doesn't play a lot of Minecraft, but he's definitely played it a lot more than I have, and I don't know any of the stuff, but it's fun.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you have to
really
watch. You really have to watch, like, be into the game to understand the references, and even I wouldn't understand them if I were like all these references here. I don't get it, but what I do know just is to understand the movie. You really have to be like really well versed in the game. My son wants to see it. He's 21, but he grew up with Minecraft. And that was his first real love of video games, outside of the little educational Leapfrog and VTech that we had gotten him when he was really little. And he's like, yeah, I want to see it. So I'm like, well, you can go with your friends. I'm not going to go. Like, I wouldn't know what the hell I'm looking at.
I know with Camera Girl, as soon as we saw the trailer, she's just like, Mom, this movie looks so dumb, but I want to see it because it's Minecraft.
Just because it's Minecraft. Yeah. It's if anything, it's just out of sheer curiosity because it's such a popular game with kids. And if you grew up with it, you just keep growing with it. I don't know when was the last time Christian's actually played it. Because, he's 21 now, so he's into like other stuff. But he still has a place in his heart for it because that's his childhood, just like with us in Mario Brothers.
Exactly.
All I know is that every kid in the world now wants to go out and adopt themselves a dentist. That's
not only adopt a dentist, but probably want to do this too. Hang on. Wait for it.
chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey. When they said chicken jockey, the whole theater erupted. And I'm like, chicken jockey? I don't play Minecraft. What the heck does that mean? The fact that the audience that this movie catered to knew what that was told me this movie was a hit. The same thing with Five Nights at Freddy's. I had zero knowledge of what Five Nights at Freddy's was, except it looked like a demented Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't know anything about it. Camera girl knew everything, lore, all that, whatever. I'm just watching people in the theater, the way that they're reacting to it, and you can tell they're keying off of things. Plus, the other thing is, you have YouTubers that will pop up in these movies. And this particular generation of kids, they know more YouTubers than they do, quote unquote, Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah. Especially the video game ones, because they'll sit there and just watch other people play video games.
Yes.
There
for
was
hours.
There was a role of somebody who popped up for extremely brief, maybe a second on screen, and it was a server. It was a waiter taking something away from them at the restaurant, and I thought that was a YouTuber. Thought it was JP Sears, I think is his name, who's a comedian, but I was looking for his name in the credits and I didn't see it, so I'm like, maybe that wasn't him. It was, it's just that the guy has a very particular look, very red hair and long hair, and he has a ponytail, and that was the look of this server. But I didn't see him long enough to be able to really tell whether that was him or not. But I'm like, you know what? That could be some other YouTuber as well. I don't know.
I think it was. I think it was from what Camera Girl was telling me. And again, I knew nothing about Minecraft, but when you notice the audience reaction, it's like not knowing anything about Star Wars and people know certain lines and and the audience reacts. So it's kind of like that. But basically, this whole movie, it is going to have so much freaking repeat business. It's insane. I mean, remember when parents used to drop us off at the mall,
Oh, that's the other thing with this movie. There is a cross advertisement with Uber Teen or Teen Uber accounts or whatever, where it talks about sign up for Uber Teen, whatever that is, and we'll give your son or daughter a free ride to see the Minecraft movie or the free movie or something. I can't remember what it is, but it's in conjunction.
Wow.
You think about that, parents who have kids that they feel are responsible enough to be able to do that, 13, 14, 15, whatever, maybe go meet their friends at the movie theater. I wouldn't do it in this day and age, but I'm too deathly afraid. But there are some parents in certain places where I think that would work.
Yeah, some of them do that. I just know the theaters are crawling with these like kids and big kids going to see the Minecraft movie, but we're gonna lose Ron. So Ron, where can people find you, my dear, and what do you have coming up?
So the Daily Dish, today's Tuesday, right? Oh, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the rest of the week, 9:30 a.m. in the morning, the Daily Dish. Other than that, it didn't happen today because today's Tuesday and it's my busy day, but most days around 5 p.m. I will have another drop of another typically news commentary related video, but it could be a vlog, could be something else, and you might find me in the parks. I don't have a schedule for when I'm going to end up live streaming in the parks, but that happens as well. So, and then, after today, I know that coming up in about a week and a half, I will have my own review of Epic Universe. So,
nice.
So that's very exciting.
Nice. That reminds me. Let me see. Where am I in line yet? I might actually get my ticket tonight.
Mine went from the halfway point to the end point in about 40 minutes. So just to give you an idea. And then everything was still available. So that's good.
Oh, cool. All right.
But yeah,
well,
very cool.
All right, well, folks, make sure you are subscribed to Ron. Check out his channel. He's got amazing, amazing stuff on there. You don't want to miss what he's serving up. So thanks for joining us, my dear. You
Have a good night,
rest of
ladies.
your night.
All right. Thanks for letting me be here. Bye.
That's exciting. I can't wait. Yes. It's going to be awesome. Going Shogi, have you seen the chicken jockey popcorn bucket sipper combo? No. I want it. I want it. I totally want that.
For your daughter.
It's funny
For your
because in the movie, that scene where they're playing chicken jockey and it looks like, a little Frankenstein kid. And of course, he gets flung off the ropes and falls down and he starts crying like, Jason Momoa's character like, no, it's okay. And I literally said out loud, oh, hell no, kill that demon seed. People really were laughing. I'm like, come on, you're all thinking it. Well, one of the last things we're going to get to tonight, because I know this is going to answer a lot of questions. Some of you are just like, what? Why the heck does this movie make so much freaking money? I don't get it. I mean, you've got some people who are like old man yells at cloud, get off my lawn when it comes to this particular movie. But here's the thing. This movie is geared squarely towards Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and whoever played Minecraft, no matter how old you are. So coming from Variety, 5 reasons a Minecraft movie became a record-breaking box office success. So I'm going to go through these 5 points really, really quick. And Erica, since I know you haven't seen Minecraft, I want to say from like a parent point of view, what you think about what they've come up with. So this is from Rebecca Rubin. And let's see. The first one is all audience appeal. Is Jack Black the secret sauce for game to screen adaptations? Well, he was in Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. He was funny in that. Next Level kind of sucked. He was Bowser in Super Mario Brothers movie. I did not know that was Jack Black at all until the end credits. Either. I had no idea who he was. So he was Claptrap in Borderlands. I refused to see that movie. I heard it was ass. But then he's in a Minecraft movie, making a film that's so universally appealing. What's the difference between mere success and unmitigated sensation? With sustained excitement and repeat viewings. That's the key thing. Repeat viewings. Minecraft could be this year's first billion-dollar blockbuster. One thing that Clownfish TV called out, and I'm glad they did, hey, Geeky and Neon, she said, because they saw the movie, she said this movie is probably going to wind up being the Rocky Horror Picture Show of this particular generation. So folks who don't know, and I'd heard it by word of mouth, they would have like the Rocky Horror Picture Show would run at like midnight or something like that. But a lot of theaters supposedly didn't want to do it because the theater was a huge mess at the end. So there's this line that says, I propose a toast, and everybody's throwing toast at the screen. This one, they're at showings throwing popcorn, although cops call people on them. But there's so much repeatability when it comes to this because of this all audience appeal. Erica, what are your thoughts?
Sure, I guess. As a parent, it's a safe movie. There's no messaging. It's just about the video game. It references what's popular about the video game. It hits all the spots with the kids and the grown kids. And as a parent, I mean, with all the other movies in comparison, I mean, yeah, I would have taken, if Christian were younger, I would have taken him to the theater to see this because I knew it was a safe bet. what kind of messaging are you going to put into a movie like Minecraft?
Yeah.
It's would be really difficult to do if you have any basic understanding of the game. Uh, unlike Barbie, like you couldn't do that what they did
Mhm.
to Barbie here. And yeah, that's my thing as a parent, right? My
Mhm.
biggest thing is what's the messaging? Is there an attempt to brainwash my child, undermine my parent authority as to what I'm trying to instill in them? If it's safe in that regard, I'll give it a chance, and take my kid.
Yeah,
And
I
so
mean,
far, yeah,
this
it
this
checks out.
movie yeah, this movie, I mean, they had the main character and then like his sister, their parent, their mother died, so they, it's like they're adjusting to their mother's death, but now the sister is the guardian of the brother who managed to somehow partly destroy the potato factory when he used a rocket or something like that. Either way, it was funny, but you had themes of family, themes of friendship that was really good, themes of sacrifice. Jason Momoa looked so hot when he did that. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, yes, there's a reason Jason Momoa is in this movie. I don't care what you say. He looked good, especially as somebody stuck in 1989. And that was on purpose because the same guy who directed Napoleon Dynamite directed this movie.
See, Raph would be all in just on that alone. He loves that movie, Napoleon Dynamite. I'm like, I can't. To me, it's just great. I'm like, no.
Literally, that right down to it. It's so campy. It's literally what it is. But it does have some very, very good messages in it. Wasn't too keen on the ambiguously gay duo callback, but most kids, it'll go over their heads for the most part. Teenagers and on up,
I
the
was just gonna
hilarity,
say
they
that's
just they could not stop laughing at what it was because they totally dragged it out. Let's see, you have got the marketing tie-ins galore. You thought Barbie had a lot of product integrations. Minecraft, there was stuff everywhere. I mean, there was already stuff to begin with, but just the movie
now it's gonna
tie-in
be
push was
yeah,
crazy.
now it's gonna be even elevated even more.
Mhm. It was just everywhere, and the kids were just eating it up. You saw plenty of merchandise that was out there. Merchandise, food tie-ins, you know, all of
Well, I was eating it up with the Barbie movie in terms of how they captured the Barbie world and even
Mhm.
the references, that we grew up with. The little thing on Skipper, that was kind of funny.
Mhm.
Uh, but we weren't sitting there, going crazy in the theater either. But I mean, we're in our 40s and 50s, those of us that were really Barbie crazy as
Mhm.
kids. And we're
Yeah.
not gonna go acting like fools like that in the theater. Um, but no, Minecraft is on another level than even Barbie in terms of merch and it's Christmas this year,
Mhm.
and I don't know what other movies are coming out come by the holiday season that would push.
Well, what I would say is Barbie was marketed towards big girls and little girls,
Yeah.
like Minecraft was marketed towards little boys and big boys.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, now that you mention it,
This
and they
movie,
acted just like boys.
yes, it is little boys, big boys doing just crazy stuff, especially Jason Momoa. He's a big freaking kid. Okay. Which probably makes it worse. He's such a big kid, but that's what it was. There was no man shaming at all. There was no quote unquote toxic masculinity or anything, like that. It was just guys doing guy stuff.
Yep.
And frankly, it was hilarious to watch reactions in the theater. I think I was one of the few females in that theater. I didn't care. But that's exactly what it was. Jason Momoa's character stuck in 1989. I think he was driving a Trans Am too. I mean, he had this retro gaming store, okay, with all kinds of retro stuff. He went to some storage unit because a fanboy dropped him some advanced intel that there was this rare Atari gaming system that was in the storage unit. So that's why he went. That was totally why he went. Did you ever watch Stargate Atlantis? That was super early. Jason Momoa, going Shogi. Not only did I watch Stargate Atlantis, I met Jason Momoa twice.
He's jealous now.
He's such a big kid, and he's so gorgeous, and he's so much fun. I love his sense of humor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you would not expect somebody who looks like him to have the sense of humor. He's just a big freaking kid. It really is. Which is him and Jack Black. That's why it works, because they're both freaking big kids, Let's see, pent up demand. And I like how to get to this part. After disasters and disappointments of all shapes and sizes, from franchise fare, like Captain America Brave New World and Snow White, both of them got trashed, to original swings such as Mickey 17, that looked like a bomb from the trailer. The Alto Knights, I have no freaking idea what that was. The box office was desperate for a hit. Enter Minecraft, which exploded in popularity in part because there's been absolutely nothing on the big screen for months. I kind of beg to differ with that.
Well, like for years.
Yeah, it's just like, come on now. If you know anything about that, you know, there's always been Minecraft stuff out there. You can see it like on TikTok, memes, YouTube, all of that stuff. But of course, Warner Brothers didn't know that would be the case when the studio dated the movie a few years ago. However, Goldstein's distribution team strategically positioned the movie to open ahead of spring break, when plenty of kids have time off from school. The date choice was deliberate, says Goldstein. And I think the Super Mario movie, same thing.
And last week was spring break, even for us out here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, plenty of kids out there at the mall going to see the movie. Okay, see, my sister's going to shame me here. LOL, that ain't all you like about Jason Momoa. No, it isn't. No, it is not. He's got nice biceps and he's got nice cake, which are plenty of shots of that in this movie. Yeah, I know. I'm a Jason Momoa simp. I will not apologize whatsoever. Yeah, they did that. Kids out of school, they didn't go to see Snow White. They said, you know what? We're going to see a Minecraft movie. Thunderbolts, I don't know. That could surprise me with how it performs. Superman, DC Superman, we should say James Gunn's Superman to be more accurate. Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, Disney's Lilo and Stitch remake need to sustain the foot traffic from Minecraft and keep chipping away at this year's box office deficit. Superman is going to make money. Mission Impossible is going to make money. I don't think as much as the other ones, but it will make money. Thunderbolts, I don't know. But the Lilo and Stitch remake is going to make a crap ton of money. And I think that drops May, right? I think it drops near Memorial Day weekend.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's gonna catch the Minecraft crowd because it actually maybe even more because it's not so specific to video games.
I think it's gonna appeal across all sectors because
Mhm.
out of all the characters that Disney has been able to keep the merchandise sales up,
Yeah.
it would be Stitch. He is in freaking everything. Anytime they bring out Stitch merchandise, people buy it. I have way too much Stitch merchandise, that I need. As my sister tell you, one time we tried to take pictures with Stitch in the park and he tried to walk off with us. Just saying. Yes, that really happened. That really did. They really did happen. Is it with the China movie ban? I don't think China is going to go through with that. I
You
really
think it's
don't
an empty
think so.
threat?
Yeah,
Just trying to
I
flex the
don't.
muscle.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're just doing saber rattling. And Top Gun Maverick made a crap ton of money
Yeah, it did.
without China. So yeah, I don't think China's an issue with this. I think it's an issue for some folks in Hollywood using that Chinese money to finance
Mhm.
their operations because just saying. I think that's the reason why they're bringing it up. Let's see. Then Dragon in June. Oh yeah, plus there's the Karate Kid movie. I
I
do want to see
forgot
that.
about Karate Kid. Yeah. I
That looks
saw a trailer for it. It looks good. I mean,
it
I hope
does.
it's gonna be good.
It does. I saw Jackie Chan and Ming Na Wen in that movie. I'm like, I'm going to check that out. Mama Source Rex says Lilo and Stitch is going to make bank. Yes, it is. Between me and his aunties taking him, my son is going to watch it at least 4 times in the theater. I'm going to watch it so many times. Lilo and Stitch movie is so special to me because it's like one of the favorite movies of myself and my sister because I was pretty much like Nani and she was basically like Lilo. So we absolutely love that movie. Stitch was trying to give me a birthday present. Every girl in my 4th grade class has Stitch gear. Stitch is Chris. Speaking of that, I just remember I gave my oldest niece a Stitch Loungefly backpack. She loved it. She flipping loved it. Absolutely love it. There's a new Karate Kid movie pickup where Cobra Kai left off. I think so. I haven't finished watching Cobra Kai. I kind of like, yeah.
It has its own storyline, but I don't think it's not gonna follow. It's not a continuation of Cobra Kai, but it does have Ralph I can't pronounce his name.
Ralph
His last
Macchio. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in it. Out of the gist I got it is somebody from was it Japan hits him up because he was trained by Miyagi. And so it kind of goes back to Miyagi and Miyagi's training, but it seems like it's its own independent story. There might be a little bit of a reference to maybe the Miyagi dojo, but not so much Cobra Kai. Maybe at the beginning of the movie, but for the most part, it's its own independent story. If anything, it's just a continuation of what Daniel.
Okay, Roman Bunny says yes, it does.
Daniel.
You guys,
what he's doing now after
Yeah.
the Cobra Kai stuff.
You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the revelations in Cobra Kai was that Miyagi, he wasn't Japanese. That it turns out that he was actually, I think he was actually Chinese. because Daniel was like, "No, Mr. Miyagi told me," and they were like, "No, that
No,
method's actually Chinese." It was something like that.
it wasn't like that. It was a situation where Daniel had thought Miyagi had intentionally killed somebody. And there was this whole mystery storyline behind Miyagi and this like mystery box that Daniel had come across. And then come to find out, it was kind of a cheesy sub storyline. I mean, I don't know. Some people liked it, some people hated it. It was for me, it was mediocre. It was like, but whatever. Anyway, by the end, it was found out that basically Miyagi, he had, let's just say he had every reason to beat that mofo's rear end to death, because there was something, we'll say, very, very bad that happened in his past. And it has something to do with his, the love of his life. So this guy basically got his comeuppance. But you don't find that out till almost the end of the series, and the whole time Daniel's just chasing after this mystery, trying to figure out, how, is he a killer? Is he a murderer? I thought I knew him all this time. It kind of lead, but then it ties it up that no, that wasn't it. That was just missing. Miyagi had told the whole story to Daniel's mom, and Daniel just never got the full story. So it was like that.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for refreshing my memory, because I think once that happened, I did tune out, because it just, you said it was
It was kinda
mediocre.
boring.
It seemed
Yeah, it
desperate.
wasn't. They were trying to create, I guess, like a meaningful, something suspenseful to bring Miyagi into the story.
Mhm.
And I get it to an extent, having a little secret, but I think, they kinda missed the mark on that, because earlier in the series, there was a scroll that Daniel had come across
Mhm.
that had basically the move of death, and it never really revealed what that was. And in the series, they never really revisited that with Daniel and on Daniel's side of the storyline, but
Mhm.
you got it from the, what's the name of that? It wasn't even Cobra Kai. Was it Cobra Kai? Yeah, I guess it would have been,
Mhm.
the dojo from, like, China or wherever it was,
Yeah, 'cause,
that dojo with the female.
yeah.
Well, first, I don't know how they ended up with that scroll with the death move. It never really that was one part of the storyline that wasn't really cohesive. I questioned, okay, well, last time I had seen that scroll, Daniel had it in his possession. I don't remember it being stolen, or maybe it wasn't. I just forgot that moment in the storyline. And then there was his death move, and yeah, I kind of thought they were going to do something with that, but with Daniel, not so much
Mm.
with one of his rivals.
That one.
But it was kind of weak,
Yeah.
but it wasn't terrible.
That's when I was just like, "You know what? I think now it's time for me to pop smoke and leave for a while." Kiss my grits. Hey, says
Yeah.
Lorena. I'm like you with Cobra Kai. The first couple seasons were good, but I just couldn't wrap my head around a community nearly falling apart over freaking karate, way over the
Yeah,
top.
it was
Yeah.
it was. I picked up on that a lot, but I wanted to see it through. And, the 80s kid in me loved the Karate Kid movies. I just liked seeing these guys on screen again and interacting with each other. They were really good on that note, despite the
Mhm.
storyline flaws and all
Yeah.
the over the top, you know.
Over the top
Yeah, there
stuff.
was a lot of over the top stuff, but
Yeah.
it was fun. Just a fun flick to kinda space out
Mhm.
for what, 30 minutes? Because each episode was like, what, maybe
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes long. They weren't even really full hour-long episodes.
Yeah, so they were fun to watch, but when they got to that point, I was like, I'm not really interested in it. And oh, by the way, Zolo Maradurena, who played Miguel, he
Mhm.
voices one of the characters in the anime Sakamoto Days, the
Know
sharpshooter.
that?
He does such a great job.
No.
He does such a great job. I was like, Zolo Maradurena, what
You
did
know,
yeah,
the girl that plays, oh god, what was her name? The one
Liu
where her mom
Xiaochan.
died.
Oh, wait, in Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
I'm forgetting the
I forget
actress,
her name.
but
I'm
I think
forgetting
the
both
character
her
was Tori.
act Tori, yeah. Uh, she's playing in this other series where I guess she, like, dies, and she's like a ghost in her high school.
Hmm.
I forgot the name of the series. It's on Netflix, and it's actually really cute. It's and I'm looking forward I hope it gets another season, and I'm looking forward to that series coming back. But yeah, this is, kind of a wild, weird story of a high school student that dies, and she's
Mhm.
haunting the halls of her high school, and she
Mhm.
encounters past students from different eras that have died. And
Ow.
it's kinda similar to that hotel show, The British, I don't know if you've seen that one
Mm. What's it
either.
called? I know what you're talking
The
about, though.
hotel. It's kinda similar to that, but it has its own separate take, and
Is that what's called?
it's
School
cute. It kinda
Spirit?
does Yeah, School Spirits, that's it. Mhm. I thought it was
Okay.
cute, and it had a really big cliffhanger at the end where it kinda made you go, "Whoa," I didn't really see that one coming, and so, yeah, I'm looking forward to the second. She's a
Yeah.
good little actress, I think she's
I
adorable.
really like
All
her.
those kids were great.
I really do. I like her. I like her to death. Well, the last one, of course, video game boom. Duh. And again, it catered to its audience. It's kind of like how I
Yeah.
tell people about the movie Wicked. You know, it wasn't made for everybody. It was specifically made, geared towards theater kids. And I could find nothing wrong with the film, whatsoever, but it did its job. It packed the theater full of people, even cosplaying and all of that stuff. But it did its job. Minecraft, pretty much the same thing. Is it a great plot? No, it's like one big huge side quest, and that's okay.
That line from Willy Wonka where he says it's chocolate, it doesn't have to make sense. That's kinda how it is with Minecraft. It's Minecraft. It doesn't have to make sense, and in a way,
Yeah,
yeah, there's truth to that. It's such a crazy world, Minecraft.
it's just it's funny. I thought the part about the chicken, the lava chicken, I thought was hilarious. I'm like, somebody thought about that, but yeah. Hey, Keely, how you doing? But yeah, the Minecraft movie, that's pretty much what it is. It's one big, huge side quest that's, that's just fun for the audience that wants to see it. If, you're a parent, your kids are pretty much shut up for a while and watch the movie. Uh, I don't really think little girls would really like this movie unless they're into gaming. Like I was weird, so I would sit through
Yeah.
this and totally totally
And there
laugh.
are girls. I have nieces that are
Mhm.
just they're
Same.
crazy about Minecraft,
Same.
and I was told by, my sister that it was fun. The movie was fun. It was a fun flick,
Mhm.
until the, college kids, was kinda got a lot a little out of hand in the
Yeah.
theater, and that kinda rubbed which, for any parent, I wouldn't have appreciated that either. I would have been quite ticked off to be in a movie theater, and it's like, "Okay, I'm here to watch a movie, not sit here and watch you act like fools."
I had to give the stare of death to people next to me like The kids I can understand. They kind of just, they react
No,
to
these
the
were
movie like
college
they're
students.
supposed to. But if you're sitting there giving a rundown about everything you did, where you're going, what you dealt with, all of that, nobody needs to hear all that. Nobody freaking cares. They just don't. Just watch the freaking movie. I never had this problem with Marvel nerds. Anyway, just watch the movie. It's funny. I might get it on physical media just because it's funny. I like the film. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed watching Jason Momoa throw his hair all over the place. I liked all the 80s jokes. I like Jason Momoa. I'm just saying. Kiss my grits dropping the $10. Breaking. Yes, I see the klaxon. Woo, woo. Breaking. Somewhat credible rumor on X is that Hill Valley Back to the Future will be one of the themed lands at Universal UK and will also replace San Fran / Fast and Furious at Universal Orlando. Now, that
What?
that would
Okay, let me
be
get this right in my head. Back to the Future Land, UK.
Mhm.
Back to the Future Coaster, Orlando. Did I get that right?
There'll be something like Hill Valley / Back to the Future themed at Universal. So it could be an attraction. I know that Fast and the Furious thing at Universal Orlando is just garbage. It's like the worst
Is that the
attraction.
theater? It's
That
like the moving theater concept.
it's like a
Is it
moving,
like that?
you're in like a moving party bus. It it
Yeah,
it it
I've seen
makes
those.
it
I've
makes
never been in one, but yeah.
it makes no
The
sense
video.
until the car chase, and it's just like, I don't know what the heck is going on with this, but I wish they'd get rid of it, but I hope they do. How cool would it be if you could go visit Hill Valley
Oh, wait a
from Back to the Future?
Oh, hang on. I got the Universals backwards. I had the Hollywood one mixed up with the one in Orlando.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
Hollywood's
was
getting that coaster.
they're getting my brain literally got crossed there.
Oh, man. Yeah, Kiss My Grits, keep me updated because this is awesome. One, about Universal UK, because this I don't even want to know what J.K. Rowling is salivating over doing for Universal UK.
Raph is obsessed with Back to the Future. If this is true,
Mhm.
this is gonna be the biggest birthday present he's ever gotten in a few years. Because we'll fly to the UK for this thing.
Mhm.
And of
Oh,
course, him going back to Alton Towers where he grew up. So he's like,
yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this on Resort Recon on Saturday because so much oh man, if you're a Universal fan, you are eating good lately. LOL. Speaking of nieces and gaming, should I tell the story?
oh, hang on. So
You let me know if I should
okay,
tell the
so
story.
I got a message from my sister. She says these kids were organized like a flash mob. They would chant the lines on cue and in unison. It was the whole theater. Did you get that experience when you
Yes,
went?
especially chicken
That's so
jockey.
crazy.
Everybody, pretty much everybody in the whole theater was queuing off that stuff. My name is Steve. Yeah.
See, I wouldn't catch that reference. I've never played the game, but Christian would totally get it exactly what.
This is a crafting tale. First we mine, and then everybody repeated the line. Then we craft.
Oh gosh.
It was insane. It was just, oh my gosh, it was just so funny. It was so funny. Just the whole theater, involved in it. It was so much fun. Supposedly, no Harry Potter land in the UK park. so that won't cannibalize UK tourist money in Florida. Yeah, because they do make a ton of British tourism to Florida. Is a lot of money.
Well, they've got like that Harry Potter experience in the UK, like the filming sets, and I've heard that's really popular. That does really well.
I think that was the WB tour, I believe. Revenge of the Sith. Oh, heck yeah. I can't wait for that one because Revenge of the Sith is my favorite prequel movie. My favorite Star Wars movie for me is Empire Strikes Back. Second one is Revenge of the Sith. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Tell it. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to tell this story about nieces and gaming. So let's see. Last story of the night. So I want to say about 5 days ago, I kept getting these notices from PayPal because that's what's linked to my iTunes account. Like, oh, for Apple services. I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably for, the 2 terabyte storage on my phone. Okay, that's probably for paying Netflix. All right, yeah, I don't want to pay it, but it's there. But then I started getting more charges that were coming in. $30, $40, $60, $80.
Ooh.
And I'm like, did I get hacked? What the heck is going on? So I go into my PayPal and I take out like all my banking information, and then I change my password. Well, the next day in the morning, I get one charge for $60 and another one for like $85, like within 5 minutes of each other. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So it had like hit my backup credit card. I forgot I had it on there. I'm like, what is going on? So I get on the phone and I call Apple. I'm just like, look, I'm seeing all of these charges that total up close to $500 within the space of 3 days. Please tell me who this is, because none of it is showing on my iTunes receipt. None of it is showing on Camera Girl's iTunes account. She's like, no, because, we already know the stuff that, that we have set up to pay for that. And usually she wants something else. We'll get a gift card and put it on the account. She's like, I haven't done anything with it. So I'm like, well, who the heck is making all these charges? So I call Apple and they start to look at it, and she's like, oh, you're on the family sharing plan. I said, yes, I share it, Camera Girl shares it, and my sister share it. We all share it, together. And they're like, what's your sister's email address? I tell him. He looks it up. He says, I need to check something really quick. So I'm like, okay, so I'm on hold for like a minute. He comes back and he says, the charges were all on your sister's email. And the charges are all from Roblox.
Oh my gosh.
I said, someone is in big trouble. Big trouble. So I had to they had to try to put a dispute in there for me, for what was going on with that. And, the guy was really nice at Apple. And I'm like, you mean to tell me, and I knew exactly who it was. You mean to tell me she charged $500 in stuff from Roblox within the space of 3 days? Now, the group chat that I share with myself, Camera Girl, and my sister, right? My oldest niece has access to, too, because just kind of keep in touch. The first thing I do, all caps, this is the message I said, who spent $500 in Roblox? And I had the character from Inside Out, Anger, with like,
oh man, was it the GIF one where he's like,
yes, it was that
I've
one.
used that one. Oh,
And within 30 seconds, she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, my sister's gonna kill her. So I tell her what happened.
Oh man.
Let's just say we used it as a very, very, very teachable moment. I'm like, you think I'm mad at you? It's nothing compared to what your mom are gonna do.
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
And the funny thing is, my nephew was there, and he was like, why does so and so get to play Roblox and I don't get to play Roblox? And my sister's
Hate
like,
Roblox.
she basically
Oh.
showed fun to do it. So yeah. Yeah.
He would take our phones behind our backs and he would load the app onto our phones and play. And he would do that on our laptops behind our backs. And every freaking time he would do that with the laptop, we always got a freaking virus on the computer. And it got to a point where we were really like coming down hard on him, like, enough with the Roblox, because every time you put it on the computer, like, we get a virus on, your dad's got to go clean it up. And it was like this constant battle, cat and mouse with, and he never got the message. He'd still go behind our backs. I thought I told Christian. I'm like, I know, I thought I told him too. And to this day, he's 21. I still catch him playing that Inferno game on his computer. He's 21 now, so he's got his own rig and he's got his own money. But yeah, he still plays it. And I'm like, I do not get what is Minecraft. I get. I can see what pulls kid to Minecraft.
Yeah.
But Roblox,
it's
an ugly game. There's nothing appealing about it. It's just
it is
like, what is this?
crack to these kids. And it's like my youngest niece is like, look, I do this on Roblox. Speaking of my youngest niece, okay, she got banned from Roblox for 24 hours for threatening, harassing language. Because she used talk to text to say some stuff she shouldn't have been.
Oh man.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
How much you want to? Did they haven't made a Roblox movie, have they?
I don't think so. No.
Watch.
Yeah.
That's coming up around the horizon. How much you want to bet? These people are gonna be like, oh, if Minecraft can do it, well, we can do it. And Roblox will be the next one in line. God help parents.
Yeah, it may be next. Got it. I will never let my son touch Roblox. It's like you can let him use Roblox, but do not have any funding attached to it and use gift cards. That's the thing. But since my sister and Camera Girl and I are in a family group, there's like a shared, my funding is attached to it. It's just as like a backup if there's like an emergency and, we need to trade money and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't get Roblox, but I tell you this much. I hate Roblox so friggin' much right now. I'm like, yeah. One niece who gets, banned for 48 hours for harassing language, and another one who spent $500 of auntie's money on Roblox. I want to know what I got for that. Yeah, watch Disney buys Roblox. That's okay. This will eventually make it into the screenplay that I do about my family sometime in the future. Okay. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that story, or stories. Anyway, Erica, what do you have going on to let the folks know about, and where can they find you?
Stream hopping. Yep, still stream hopping.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm so caught up in watching all these Epic Universe videos. Even down to what the pixie dusters are saying. Oh yeah,
Ooh.
girl, you got to go watch T3PO earlier today because I kind of went on a long dissertation on that.
Oh,
It was
all
really
right. Well, I have to go and check that. I have to go and check that out.
But
See
and
what
yeah,
y'all
that's it.
talk
We're
about.
just stream hopping here in T3PO, talking theme parks, and of course, Pro's channel. I was on Follow Bradley's Fun this morning. We were,
Oh, nice.
so that was really fun. And yeah, just chilling. And if you're in Germany, you'd see me in my backyard trying to do yard work while dodging bees. I guess
Well,
I could
folks,
film myself doing that.
oh my gosh, well, you got to check out. I got to check out Erica's channel. The video she's got on there already, especially the perennial video. Trust me, you need to
Now,
watch
I
that
will
one.
say, we are 6 months to Halloween, people. My preseason is technically here if I'm going to start my projects. So I'm in the idea planning phase. This is when I start brainstorming.
Halfway to
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, April's halfway to Halloween, and it looks like we might be here this Halloween season. So no thanks to Universal and the Harry Potter queue line. Now
Mm-hmm.
there's a new effect I want to try and see if I can build and create.
Oh,
We'll see how this goes.
wow.
I know they're
Man,
killing me. You guys are really killing me for Halloween right now.
don't go to Lowe's. Don't go to Lowe's.
Well, it's a good thing they don't ship to us because no, Disney and Spirit
Mhm.
Halloween got my money last year because they put out Emily and Victor animatronics, and I bought those, and they're still in my dining living area because they're heavy and buxom, and I haven't taken them apart because they were kind of a pain in the ass to put together. They're still standing there in the middle of
I just need a Jack Skellington and I need a Sally. That's what I need. I need a Jack
I got them
Skellington
too.
and a Sally. And just for fun, I'll probably just add Jason Voorhees in there too. Because I'm crazy like that. Oh, well, speaking of crazy, let's see. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here. It's been over 160 of you watching between YouTube and between X. So we so appreciate you hanging out with us here in the Spice Lounge. Let's see. As for what I have coming up, Thursday afternoon, I will be streaming live from the Magic Kingdom. Going to be going over to Tom Sawyer Island, trying to spend as much time over there in Rivers of America before Bob has concrete poured into it so they can put that parking lot over there. Gonna be checking out all of that stuff over there. Haven't been there in a while. Well, I've been there a little bit, but it's just fun. We're gonna go through it and we're gonna walk through it, and you're gonna see exactly why it's just so beautiful and calm and wonderful and such an amazing piece of replicated Americana. So that's going to be on Thursday. On Saturday, of course, Saturday morning, 12 p.m. The Resort Recon podcast. That's my in studio theme park stream. Erica will be there. Ron will be there. A whole bunch of my other theme park nerdy friends. We're going to be there. We catch you up on the theme park news of the week. And we also answer your questions about visiting the theme parks as well. And on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, watch party for the movie Ip Man, starring Donnie Yen. You don't want to miss that. And of course, 8 p.m. on Sunday, Welcome to Florida show. We are going to be talking about the first Easter celebration in the Americas. Once again, Florida beats the rest of the nation. So we are going to talk about that as well. So you guys have been amazing. I so appreciate all the support. please do make sure you're subscribed to Ron. Please make sure you are subscribed to Erica. Make sure you're subscribed to me, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Let's tidy things up.
Autobots, start your engines!
Not under the rug.
We'll keep singing without fail, otherwise we'd spoil it.
Ready, Prime. Let's roll.
Hosing down the garbage pail and scrubbing up the toilet.
That's all, folks.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.